Hello everyone, I'm 学士路, currently a Year 4 undergraduate student at Xi'an Liverpool University. Today, I would like to present our paper titled Exploration of Hands-Free Text Entry Techniques for Virtual Reality. My co-authors in this paper are Difeng, Wenge, Yuzhen, Xiang, and Khaled, and my advisor Haining. Text entry is essential for all types of interactive systems, including virtual reality. Users, for example, often need to input passwords to log into a system or send text messages to chat with other users in a virtual social environment. Typically, text entry in VR is commonly performed through handheld controllers. However, there are situations where users' hands are occupied and cannot use their hands to hold a controller to perform text entry. For example, a doctor who is using a headset for surgery training might not be able to use a controller to perform text entry, as his or her hands are occupied with holding surgical tools. In addition, users who have hand or arm disabilities are likely not be able to use their hands to hold a controller. In such a case, the viable answer is hands-free text entry techniques. One of the most commonly used hands-free text entry techniques in VR is dual-based, where users enter text by keeping the pointer hovering on a text letter for a certain period of time to trigger a selection. But the dual-based techniques has certain limitations, such as a long dwell time may decrease the performance, but a short dwell time can cause false positive selections and errors. And a preset dwell time always pushes users to select a target key and quickly move to the next one. This process can be stressful, and keeping the pointer static for a while to avoid selecting unintentional keys could further lead to eye and neck fatigue. Speech recognition is another viable solution for hands-free text entry. Two well-known applications are Siri from Apple and Cortana from Microsoft, but obviously this method is significantly affected by noisy environment and also face privacy situations. So in virtual reality, can we have some new techniques that is capable of hands-free, dual-free, without voice input? In this paper, we present two alternative hands-free text entry techniques for VR systems. The first one is iBlink. Blink type is an iBlink-based technique that allow users to select letters in VR by using their eye blinks, as you can see here. The next one is neck type. That's users to use their neck forward and backward motion as the selection mechanism. We conducted a user study to evaluate the performance of these two techniques and compare it against dual type. Results for our user study show that blink type offers the best performance. Several dual-free approaches has been proposed for text entry in non-VR or VR systems. IS and iSwipe are both gesture-based. IS requires users to draw letters on non-hotspots. ISWIPE allows users gaze type the first and last characters of the words by reverse crossing or glancing through the vicinity of the middle characters. Besides gesture-based techniques, selection-based techniques are also widely applied to dual-free. IK allows users to type by moving the cursor inside or outside the specific area. Blink Right 2 is an iBlink text entry system. It presents the potential of blinking typing. However, the technique has not been tested with VR HMDs, and its performance is low compared to other techniques. Now let me give you more details of our techniques. In Blink tab, users leverage their eye blinks to select letters. Before we employ Blink tab, we conduct a pilot study with 6 participants to explore suitable eye blinks. So we want to have a better understanding on single eye blink and both eye blinks. Participants were tested on selecting targets by blinking with the left eye or right eye or both eyes. The results indicated that both eyes blinking has the best performance with almost 100% accuracy. Therefore, we choose blink with both eyes for our blink type. Neck type leverages head-forward acceleration movements for selection. Neck type can be captured by the built-in IM sensor of current HMDs. Here, users confirm the character by moving the head forward for about 1 centimeter, which the human neck can do with ease. We utilize dynamic time wrapping algorithm to recognize the input signals because we can find out that the acceleration in z-axis always produce sine-like waves. We can be easily used to recognize users' intention of selecting by comparing the input curves with the template curves. So to evaluate our techniques, we conducted a user study. We compared the blink type and the neck type against dual type. We recruited 36 participants. Between subjects, design was used to evaluate the 3 hands-free techniques. All participants were familiar with the QWERTY keyboard. None of them took part in the pilot study. So participants were required to transcribe phrases in 6 sessions, and each session consists of 8 phrases. The typing performance is measured by word per minute, total error rate, and not corrected error rate. We also provide user experience questionnaire and simulator thickness questionnaire to measure the subjective feedback. The results indicated that blink type offers the best performance, with participants being able to reach mean typing speed of over 13 words per minute. Neck type and the dual type were typed at a rate of around 11 words per minute in the final session. Our results also revealed significant effects of sessions on total error rate and not corrected error rate. It can be seen from the figure that total error rate saw a decrease from the first session to the last session for 3 techniques, and we did not find any significant effect of techniques on total error rate or not corrected error rate. For user experience questionnaire, we find that blink type is easier to learn and use compared to the other 2 techniques. Also, we find that the dependability rating for blink type is significantly higher than neck type. We performed a correlation analysis. It indicated that higher scores on perspicuity and dependability were associated with higher typing speed. There are several future works of our work. So first, a long-term user study will be useful to determine how long is required for users to reach peak entry rates. And second, blink type requires an eye tracker, which may not be available in all current VR HMDs. However, eye tracking technology is becoming cheaper, and many VR manufacturers are now integrating eye tracking solutions with VR or AR HMDs. So such as HTC Vive Pro Eye, HoloLens 2, and Magic Leap. So as such, eye tracking will likely be a standard feature of these devices. Being immersed in a virtual environment and doing gaze motions could cause oculomotor fatigue to some extent, especially for some users not experienced with HMDs. So it's important to see how fatigue affected the performance in a long-term use. So based on our study results, we can extrapolate the following three recommendations for hands-free text entry in VR. The first, blink tap is preferred text entry technique in VR if eye tracker is available. Second, dual tap and neck tap can be used for typing if eye tracker is not available. Third, designers should consider using both eye blinks for triggering a selection instead of single eye blink. So thank you for listening my presentation. That's all.